I believe that my Roblox game is about to go viral. Let me explain why. Recently, all the stats have been skyrocketing, and this update that I have been working on for over 2 weeks might just make my Roblox game blow up. First of all, I want to make server-sided messages that give players useful tips and reminders to like the game. Speaking of that, you should smash that like button. Anyways, I started by creating a new script, and here I'm going to use the text chat service and math.random to pick a message that's going to be displayed in the chat every once in a while. Okay, and the chat messages aren't appearing, which means I coded something wrong, and this is the exact reason why I don't script and prefer to model and build instead. Let me see what's the issue though. It shouldn't be that hard to fix. Fixing that was pretty easy, and now it should work. Okay, and now it works, and apart from me just begging you to like the game, these messages also give you little tips, like for example, you can use minigames to earn rewards. They're pretty useful for new players, but I do need to increase the cooldown. They're spawning in way too fast right now. Next up, I want to improve the shop. I will add an option to buy 8 eggs. It's going to be 30% cheaper than buying 1 egg 8 times. I also needed to script a bit, but I did that off camera. Let's see if it works now. So here's how you'll be able to open 8 eggs. First of all, you have to actually buy them by spending a little bit of Robux, but it looks like I don't have enough inventory space. Okay, now I should be able to purchase this, and I got 8 classic eggs. Now let me head to the inventory, and I can choose to open 8 eggs at the same time. And let's see what I'll get. Yo! 2 huges! Oh my god, my luck is good today. Opening 8 eggs at the same time gives you insane luck. Last update, I added minigames, specifically obbies, and you need to try to complete them as fast as you can to get a personal record. I want players to compete with each other, so I will add leaderboards. Alright, I'm done making the leaderboards, and my scripter finished scripting them, and as you can see, it displays your best time. Also, you might have noticed that there is a quest on top of my screen, and that's related to a tutorial which will be for new players. I will show you that later. Now, I want to make new areas for a school event. So I hopped on a 3D modeling software called Blender and started modeling assets. Okay, I'm done modeling these playground assets, and as you can see, I made a couple more, like this swing and also this house with a slide. Anyways, let me start texturing them. Alright, I'm done coloring all of these assets, and they look pretty good. Especially this thing. I don't know how to call it. It's like a playground house. Anyways, I have to import these assets in Roblox Studio now. For the first area, I started by placing down hills and mountains. Then I added assets like trees and swings. I'm done with the first area, and you might have noticed that half of the areas are sports themed, even though it's a back to school event. Well, I simply love sports. and I think schools should definitely have more lessons related to sports, so that's why I'm adding all of these areas. It's not like the government watches these videos though, so it won't really make an impact. First of all, I started by adding paths. Once I was done, I added hills and mountains. Then I added more paths and assets. Okay, I'm done with this area and it looks pretty good, especially these little slides, but let me show you the coolest part. It's these trampolines. Watch what happens when I jump on them. I get flung into the air. It's pretty cool, but I can just jump out of the map, so let me fix that. I changed the jump power and now it was way better. For these new areas, I need new pets, so let me make a list for that. So here are all the pets I'm going to make: a baby cat, baby dog, bull, leopard, and a huge leopard. Now let me hop back on Blender and model them. I started by modeling a baby cat. I'm done modeling these pets, and I added an extra one, which is a wasp. Now it's time to texture all of these pets. Usually I don't show the process of how I make these textures, but this time I'll be nice and show it. Okay, so this is how I usually make pet icons. I hop on Photoshop and add a pet face. Usually I draw them myself, but this one is from Google, I think. Then I add a lot of rectangles which are colored in the colors that the pet is going to be. And I do this for all three versions: the normal, golden, and darkened. Let me show you a real example of me making a baby cat. I swear this is not fair. Every time I film the process of me making pet faces, it just ends up looking trash. Like off camera they're so good, but when I film it, it just ends up looking like this. This is the exact reason why this process is usually off camera. Phew, I'm finally done texturing all of these pets, and they look pretty good, especially these baby ones. They could have been an exclusive egg, but I have ran into a problem. As you can see, I have so many pets to the point that it's making my computer lag, and every time I make more, it gets even laggier. Eventually, I'm just going to make my computer crash. And I don't know what to do. But now, let me import these pets in Roblox Studio. First of all, I started by adding parts and weld them together to the pet model. I'm done, and now it's time to make pet icons. And just like that, I'm done. Time to set them up in Roblox Studio. Before I do that, I will make an egg for every new area. Alright, I'm done modeling these eggs, and I really like this one. It just looks unique. Anyways, let me import these in Roblox Studio. Then I configured the eggs, pets, and areas, and tested it out. Okay, I'm done configuring all the pets, eggs, and all that stuff. And it looks like I finally didn't forget to anchor the eggs. Let's go. Okay, let's see what I'll get. And I got a baby cat. Everything works, and this pet looks really good. It's time to make a new exclusive egg, so I hopped on my Discord server and found this guy that made an exclusive egg concept, and I'll try to remake it in Blender. This took a while. Alright, I'm done modeling these exclusive pets, and they look pretty good, but now it's time to give them some color by texturing them. So I'm finally done coloring all of these pets, and they look absolutely amazing, and I want to thank this guy on Discord that made the art concept. Without you, these pets wouldn't look nearly as good. But as you can see, there is still an egg that I have to make, so let's get to work. I used the art as a reference image, and it turned out pretty good. Before I start configuring these pets, let me show you something. My scripter is done with the tutorial, and it's pretty cool. So every new player that joins my game will have to complete this tutorial. It's really simple. First of all, you have to go to this highlighted area and collect 30 drops. Once you're done, you need to follow this arrow and open this egg 3 times. The next step is going to be unlock the first area, but since I have it already unlocked, I'll just complete the tutorial. And for the reward, I received every single potion. This will definitely help all the new players progress in the game. Okay, now I can configure the pets and make icons for them. Phew, I'm done, and even though this cat is probably going to be a common, it looks really good. I imported the pets in Roblox Studio and made an egg for them. Okay, I'm done configuring the exclusive egg, and as you can see, I also improved the shop UI. It looks way better now, but let me go ahead and buy 8 Greek eggs. And for some reason, I got classic eggs. It should be fixed now. Let me go ahead and buy 8 eggs and let's go. It works, and now I can go ahead and open them. I always forget something. Anyways, it's fixed now. Yo, I got the huge! Let's go! Let me equip it. Oh my god, I got the huge! Yo, it looks sick. The next thing I want to fix is music. Right now, I'm using a random song I found on the toolbox, but let me fix that by hiring a professional. I have 2 songs, one for the candy world and other for the ore world. And I want them to be playing depending on where you are. So I wrote a simple script that should work. Now let me try switching the worlds. Perfect, it works, and my scripter also added a low graphics mode. This will be useful for mobile devices. I'm now focusing on improving the mechanics of the game, but it's also time to make some new candy areas. So I hopped back on Blender and modeled some assets. Nah, my artist skills strike again. Why does bro look so creepy? I swear, every time I have to make a face, it just turns out bad. Alright, I'm done with these candy assets, and it's time to texture them. And that's exactly what I did. Alright, I'm done coloring all of these candy assets, and this gingerbread man looks so happy. My man is just enjoying his life. Anyways, let me import these in Roblox Studio. The first area is going to be cotton candy themed, and as usual, I started by adding hills and mountains. Then I added assets like trees and candies. I'm done, and this area looks pretty good. Imagine there were biomes like this in real life. That would be crazy. Now let me make the second area. This one is going to be underwater, so I made an entrance and added some mountains. Then I placed down a couple of lollipops, rocks, and trees. Apart from that, I wrote a script that does something cool. You'll see what it is in a second. Phew, I'm finally done with this area, and as you can see, I also added something similar to the ocean area where if you touch this part, the ships should disappear, but for some reason they're still here. And I forgot to anchor half of these rocks. I fixed it by anchoring some parts and fixing the ships, and now it works. I got straight to work on the next area and decorated it by adding gingerbread assets. For the cherry on top, I added gingerbread corals since it's an underwater area. Okay, I'm done with this next area and I added these sun rays. Anyways, I gotta start making eggs and pets for all of these new areas. Let me create a list of all the pets I'm going to make. To bring these pets to life, I hopped on Blender and started modeling a turtle. Then I made a lollipop cat and a bunch of other pets. I'm done modeling these pets, and now it's time to texture them. This time, I'll try to make the faces look different. I used Photoshop to make the pet faces, and it went very well. Okay, I'm finally done making all of these pet faces and also coloring them. This time I put in a lot of effort. I tried to make the faces more unique and it turned out pretty good. Just look at this unicorn, it's amazing. Anyways, I gotta import these now. For the third time, I'm adding these little parts that hold the pets together. Alright, I'm done configuring these pets and I decided to make the unicorn a huge because honestly, it just looks the best. Now I have to do the thing which I hate, and it's making pet icons. I'm done, and let's see if these new icons work. Okay, I'm done configuring all the eggs, pets, and all that stuff. Ignore this arrow for now, it's for a tutorial that my scripter is working on. Anyways, let's see if this egg works. And I got a lollipop dragon, let's go. Everything seems to be working. And with that, this update is done. The goal of it is to make the progression easier for newer players. Let me know what you think about it, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, have a great rest of your day, and peace.